Hi, I'm Rawleigh Richardson. I am the 2021 past president for LSHRM. In 2020, I was supporting LSHRM as their president, had a wonderful opportunity to support a great initiative through Josh Williams and his team in collaboration with community leaders on Better Workplace, Better World. I'm going to provide Joshua Williams an opportunity to share with you all the great things that made this program a success for our organization and for the community. So, Josh, this is your platform. Thanks.
My name's Josh Williams. I'm coming to you from the Louisville Society for Human Resource Management, LSHRM, based out of the fantastic city of Louisville, Kentucky. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about our flagship initiative in 2020, which was we called Better Workplaces, Better World, or as we took to calling BW squared. So a little bit of background on this work, why we started this. We heard regularly from HR leaders that in addition to not having qualified candidates for some of their most critical jobs, they were also struggling to retain talent for any significant period of time. And we were kind of noticing that we have a lot of emphasis in our workforce development efforts and talent development efforts around how do we get people into jobs. Really not as much emphasis on how do we keep them once they're there. And as we dug further into this, we also started noticing that our members really struggle with identifying the source of that turnover, which really got us thinking and scratching our heads at LSHRM around, do employers and HR leaders today really know what matters most to their workforce? So to begin answering this question, LSHRM, along with a coalition of thoughtful community leaders, launched Better Workplaces, Better World, BW squared. In a nutshell, this was a citywide research project aimed at demystifying and quantifying what matters most to Greater Louisville's workforce. And we really had a simple goal. We wanted to collect insights on what mattered most to our employees here in Louisville, and to get those insights into the hands of employers and community leaders, so the folks who could use those insights to fuel innovative solutions in how do we retain our workforce of today and tomorrow. So a couple of things that we did here is we partnered. We knew that in order for this to be successful, we had to collect good information. So we actually worked with our regional university, University of Louisville, to create a scientific survey to distribute. In addition to that, we also developed an alliance of around 9 or so community organizations, ranging from chambers of commerce, workforce investment boards, economic development, the mayor's office, other nonprofits. I mean, you name it, these folks were involved to distribute that survey in a very synchronized, almost marketing campaign. So, really with that, we with the higher education helping to develop a survey, working with community partners to develop a community-driven marketing campaign to get this thing out. And with HR leaders coming to the table, we were able to maximize data collection and actually had almost 700 responses throughout the region with an incredibly high completion rate. And so we collected all this good information. But the big emphasis here was not only getting all of this data, but really making sure that it was accessible to everyone for free. And so a couple of things that we did in that way was we actually worked with our state workforce longitudinal data entity, the Kentucky Center for Statistics, KY Stats, and we were actually able to create an interactive dashboard that anyone that wanted to go through that and find this data, find insights, and filter this information based off of their own needs could do that. In addition, we actually held a data reveal event where we had the mayor, a couple of different thought leaders in HR and big companies in the town that came together to talk about this data, what it means and how we can actually take it to start driving change in how we view job quality and how we view retention as HR leaders in the region. And so really kind of in a quick recap, we were able to kind of answer this, or we really sought to answer a question from the HR perspective and community. How do we keep our people here? And by asking what matters most to them, we were able to take this information and to make it accessible through an interactive dashboard with our state partners, as well as holding data reveal events. And since then, we've already seen things like students are now using this data for experiential education. They're using it as case studies in their classroom. This is launching conversations within the region around not only how do we fill our most critical jobs, but how do we make sure that those jobs are quality jobs that people want to stay in. And so this is the first iteration of this work, and we have high hopes for it moving forward to really move the needle on some of the most pressing problems that we're seeing today. So thank you very much. Happy New Year to everyone, and we'll see you around.